Welcome everyone to the Drunk Nerds Podcast, the official podcast of the future drunk-nerds.com. I'm one of your co-hosts, Knuckles. I like FPS and RPG games as well as long walks on the beach. Also, on the metaphorical left ropes of me, the crazy jester, Jack of Hearts. Go ahead and introduce your crazy self.
I love action games. I love platform. I love RPGs. I love fighters. I love a little bit of everything. Oh, as long as it's not RTS. Why? Because I hate RTS. No, not really.
we should play some XCOM, since it's free on PlayStation.
Yeah, I actually downloaded
Plus.
that.
I did too. Who knew? Okay, and on the metaphorical right ropes to me, as voted by TalkingShip.com's Facebook poll, he is the gender on the bender, Gingerboy. How you been doing, Gingy?
Is this the part where I talk now? Oh.
Yeah, this is the part where you talk.
Okay. Yeah. No. You know what's crazy right now, guys? I just want to point this out to you right now. That right now, not now, but like future now, when this comes out and people can hear it, there's literally millions and millions of people listening to us talk right now.
Oh, hey, pressure.
Okay. Yeah.
I farted.
Crazy.
Yeah, very crazy.
Nice. Am I supposed to say what I like here? No. I like games and beer. And I'm here. I just rhymed.
And the boys.
Yeah. I don't know what to say now.
Okay. I admitted your sexuality to millions of people.
That's fine. They were kind of figuring that out.
Okay. This is America, home of the free, land of the brave. Unless you're gay or black.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
getting
there.
racist 2 minutes into the freaking podcast. Wow.
Yeah, that's a world record. Anyway.
No, that's his old record, actually, and the other one we did was like 25
really?
seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Blue.
Yeah, I started off with a
I'm
racial
actually pretty
slur.
happy with him right now. Yeah. Pretty happy. He made it almost 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Usually his
almost.
girlfriend say that about him, too. Almost made it 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's be honest. It's not 3 minutes. It's 30 seconds.
That's pretty good, man. Most people can't hit that.
They call me the half-minute hero.
I just spit
Half-minute hero.
up my beer.
No, let's go ahead and get on to what we've been playing.
What you guys been playing? That's my sound thing. That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Am I starting?
I'm gonna fire his ass.
All right, bye guys.
Well, keep it on the down low. Wait till the podcast is over.
Edit.
Yeah, after he edits it, we're gonna fire his ass. Okay, I've been for me, I'm gonna start off. I've been playing Fable 3 since I'm part of Xbox Live Gold, and they're giving away. I figured, which I think is kind of funny, because they're trying to compete with PlayStation Plus 2 years after PlayStation Plus did it.
And they're giving us crappy games.
That's really
Oh yeah,
funny.
and they're definitely giving us crappy games. Well, no, I actually like Fable 3 though. So
it's just kind of really ironic how like Microsoft's trying to compete with PlayStation Plus and stuff like that in the first couple games that they introduced that was for free is like Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3.
like I said, I liked Fable 3, so oh please, if they give us Turok, I'm gonna cry.
Oh boy.
Better than Fable 3.
I would actually no, it's actually not. I'd actually prefer Castlevania Lords of Shadows, but
I'd be okay with that.
I know I did say I liked Fable 3, but that doesn't mean I'm not aware there are things wrong with the game.
Everything.
Like everything. Oh, fuck you. Everything's more streamlined, and everything's more streamlined, which kind of ruins it for me. But if you're into the game, personally, I prefer to go back and play Fable 2.
So what exactly is wrong and stuff with Fable 3 stuff?
Well, see, stuff. There's stuff wrong with it. What I mean by streamlined was the expressions you can use are cut down in a conversation. Like in Fable 2, I could have run up to a person, fart in their face, and kick them in the balls. This one, I can only just gives you a set amount of expressions you can use, like you shake their hand, or you can belch in front of them, or you can whistle, or
So basically, can
fart.
you do sort of like the same things that you could do like in previous Fable games? Like say like marry a specific person or like you know,
You can still be was it bigamous? Not bigamous.
Polygamous.
polygamist.
Yeah, you can be a polygamist. You can have multiple wives. You can have multiple husbands. You can have gay marriage. Everything's fine. Apparently, Albion is more open-minded than fucking America
You
is
want to
right
hear
now.
something that's funny and stuff? When I played Fable 2, like at least a few years ago, when my initial first playthrough, I went through and I had a wife and stuff like that. Then on the opposite end of the town, I actually courted like another wife and stuff just to see. Oh, okay, let's see what happens and stuff if while I progress through the journey and stuff. No, they're not next door neighbors.
They're
They're
next door
literally, like,
neighbors.
just across. Really?
Mine were. Yep. They actually lived across the street from each
The
other.
funny part, what happened was during one of my journeys and stuff, was like my first wife just comes over and stuff. It's like, oh hey, how's it going? All of a sudden, you see the other wife come. It's like, hey, why are you talking to my husband? Like, I paused I paused the game and then I just quit out of it and restarted the game.
Yeah.
But the expressions aren't really the only thing that was streamlined. Like, the storyline itself feels a lot more linear. Just because you're basically following this general in your brother's army that fled with you. And it's kind of sad, too, because I enjoyed Fable 2's, like, near open world aspect of it. It's like, there was one path you can take, but there's multiple ways, I think, of getting there. But if you don't know the story of Fable 3, you're basically your older brother's being a dick, and the villagers and town people aren't happy with him. They want to overthrow him, and your job is to become the new king or queen, and just by overthrowing him, you gain support of local town people.
I see.
Was it like you have to make promises to everybody too?
You have to make promises. You can choose to keep them, or you can choose to be a bigger asshole than your brother. And it's personally, I prefer playing Renegade, which means fuck people I made promises to. I'm going to be the bad guy.
In some cases you can't.
Oh, you wanted that? You wanted that orphanage? I'm going to make it a brothel.
That's fair. Brings a lot of money.
You're gonna build a school right there? No, I'm gonna make a hooker bar. Anyway.
Exactly.
It's like, hello, little Billy. Let's go and introduce you to the prostitution ring.
Oh, you wanted that library? How about casino?
You just see Ren. That'd be so funny, like in Fable 3 or something, introducing little 5-year-old kids or something to this Albion type of casino and stuff like that, just telling them how to play cards.
So you're saying, Knuckles, you didn't like making all the pies and doing all that crap to earn money?
Oh, I did love playing Loot Hero, though. God, Loot Hero was so fun. I'm using the broadest definition of fun, as in stabbing my hand with a rusty nail fun.
Yeah, the only way you can earn money in that game was to do like those 2 or 3 really ridiculously stupid jobs where you just had it's just a button combination, and you earn like $10 at a time.
That's also that's also how it was in Fable 2. You can only be a blacksmith, a woodcutter, or some other one. I forgot. Pie maker, maybe. Yeah, and this one you play the loot for people, or I think make pie. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Like the blacksmithing in Fable 2 was kind of hard, annoying mostly.
I just bought all the houses in the entire game and just rented them out to people.
Oh yeah. Then I became a huge dictator, and I was like, huh, evict, evict, evict.
I just jacked all the prices up on rent.
Exactly, that's what I did. I was like, I made the town go bankrupt.
Wow. Now you're not making any money.
Oh, see, I was still making money no matter what. It's just the town was losing profit. I'm gonna go ahead and skip my next game, and I'm going over to Gingy. What have you been playing? Yeah, Gingy.
I'm playing. I got a couple games I'm playing here. I played one. This came out on Xbox Live Arcade. I don't know if it came out on PlayStation Network or not. But
I think it did. I'm not sure though. It might not. I'm not positive.
I bought a State of Decay off Xbox Live Arcade. It was $20. It's a zombie survival game. A lot of people, I've never played DayZ, but a lot of people compare it to kind of a dumbed down DayZ. There's no story. It's just basically you have to have food and everything like that. But I mean, you find like this church with a bunch of people living in, and you just gotta go around. You gotta get food for them. It's basically survive. And you go around. Zombies everywhere. You gotta go into like houses and raid for food. It's a pretty fun game. It's a good pick up and play. You don't have to sit there for 2 hours to play it. I mainly been doing it like 20 to 30 minutes at a time. I'll just do a mission or two. Like someone's mad in the group, so go out and have them kill zombies, blow off steam, or go find these survivors in this house somewhere and bring them to the church, things like that. So you can play it for 10-15 minutes and just put it down again. One thing I do like is it's the melee. If you like Dead Rising gameplay, it's a lot like that. It's almost exact.
Create your own weapons and do whatever the hell you want.
Weapons, but you can like the melee, like the kind of that's the same. Like you find weapons and you can fight with them, and eventually they break. I found axes and machetes are really good. They last for a while.
They really don't make axes like they used to.
No, they don't.
I remember when you can use an axe forever and up until it rusted.
Yeah, I know.
Now it's just.
These
Now it's just, I hit it 2 times. Oh, come on, it broke off the fucking handle.
It's not as bad as Dead Rising with that, but I mean, I'd go around with like an axe and kill 20 or 30 zombies, and before it eventually breaks. I know you can repair them. I haven't really got to that point where you can repair. I don't really know how to repair them yet. The good thing though about this is the fact it's like Dead Rising but with save points, so it automatically saves like every 10 minutes or so. I don't really know how the automatic savings work, but I just noticed it saves every so often.
Is it every like checkpoint in the mission or what?
I'll just randomly go around the town and just do stuff, and I'll see saving.
You get to a new area, it'll save.
I'm not really sure, but I just know that, and every time you exit the game, it automatically saves too.
So okay. So is this game kind of like an open world type of game, or is it just like dedicated to like a specific like area, or?
It's open world. I don't know how big the area is. It's like mainly the area. I've only put about maybe 4 or 5 hours, so it's not a full review here. Just kind of initial what I've done so far. But it's what I've seen so far. I'm just like in this little town. It's only like maybe 3 or 4 blocks, but there's like big open spaces and there's some farms, and they have like these guys that look like what's the big things that puke on the boomers?
Yeah, the boomers.
Left 4 Dead. Yeah, they have those guys, but they don't puke on you But if you try to hit them with your car, the front wheels just come off the car.
Oh, wow.
And kill them.
Wait, is it the boomers from Left 4 Dead or boomers from Gears of War?
It's the boomers from
most likely Left 4 Dead if that's
Yeah, they have the overalls on and everything. They just don't puke on you, but they do like charge at you and like run over you.
So do they like explode or something after you kill them, or?
No, they just die.
Oh, they're just fat zombies then.
They just look exactly like boomers. They don't puke or nothing on you. They don't do anything special like that. But, I mean, the few problems with the game is it is extremely buggy. So it just kind of, and sometimes when the fighting goes, it doesn't feel smooth and everything. They need some updates done to it. There's a lot of, kind of, like the game will lag on you sometimes when you're trying to fight. Everything that gets kind of annoying, or just you run over, like hit random things, and just wonky things happen. It's kind of hard to explain, but like just wonky things happen during the game. Like that shouldn't happen.
What you mean, like getting stuck in the environment, or like some random like object or something?
Yeah.
Just like say something explodes or something. Like you say, you fire a gun or a grenade at something and it explodes, and some of the geometry gets stuck inside the wall and just starts jiggling around like crazy.
Yes.
That type of stuff.
Yeah, I actually had one point where I was running in the backyard and had a big wooden fence between the houses, and one of the zombies actually walked through the fence and attacked me. And then we're like, your characters can die, and once they die, they're done. But you can use other people in your camp. You can switch to them, and like you can build up levels with your characters, everything like that. So like the more zombies you kill, you'll get stronger. And just overall, you can get your character get tired, so you can switch to other characters, so you can rest things like that. But I don't know if I can recommend this for $20. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like there's nothing really there to like drive you. There's no story. There's no motivation to keep playing this game. I feel like I think after about 5 or 6 hours, I'll probably be done with this game. And I put about 3 or 4 hours into it. But there's not that, when you're sitting there, you're at work or something like that, or you can't play a game, and that's all you want to do. Like, you can't stop thinking about, like, I just want to go home and play this game. Or like, you're at home, I'll just keep playing this game all night. I don't have that draw to it. Like, it's just kind of something I'll just pick up, play like for 15, 20 minutes, play it, put it down, go play something else, or go do something else. Oh, I see. Yeah. It's just kind of a fun, just kind of like a game on your phone would be, just something you could play.
Oh, okay, so like a fun distraction or something.
Away. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it. Or something I can I can play while I'm listening to podcasts or music or something like that. I think this would be good for me.
And so, is that it? Just State of Decay?
I can go ahead and talk about Metro 23 then. This game came out, I believe, in April of 2010. It's a game it takes place in Russia in 2033, hence the title Metro 2033. And it's about this nuclear war that happened in 2013. I don't know if it's the entire world or if it's just Russia. I don't know if they really explain that in the story. Maybe it's based off a book. I imagine it explains it better in there. But all of Moscow and all of Russia, all the people, like 30 or 40,000 people, had to move down into the tunnels and the sewers. And basically, it's just like they had to survive. And all of the people that were left up on the surface have turned into like these weird creatures. They're called Dark Ones in the game. I will say that this honestly was a big surprise to me. I mainly wanted to play it because I've heard some good things about the sequel that just came out a few weeks ago, Metro Last Light. And I heard you had to play the first one to understand the second one, because you play the same character, I guess, in the second one. And this... go ahead.
I've heard a lot about Metro, and I heard the first one wasn't that good, but the second one was fantastic. You haven't played the second one, have you?
No, I have not played it yet. But that's why I've heard nothing but good things about it. But I heard kind of the same things about Metro 2033. It was a good game, but there was some overall, like, it was a mediocre game. It was probably like it was getting a lot of 6 or 7s out of 10s. It wasn't an 8 or 9. But I think it was more I had mediocre expectations for it, and it just blew those out of the water. So it made it seem a lot better than what it really is. I'm sure if I had high expectations, maybe I'd be at the same level everybody else is. But every moment that I was in the sewers or in the tunnels of the game, I was loving it. I loved going around. Basically, the story is you play as Artyom, I think is how you say his name, and you're basically there's a bunch of little towns inside the sewers, and your town is being attacked by Dark Ones a lot, and it's about to be taken over. So he has to go to the Polish station, which is like on the other side of Moscow, and he has to get there and ask for help. That's like the capital, I guess, of the sewer towns. And so you're trying to get all the way there, and the best part is when you're fighting the other humans in the game, because you're not just some running. It's not a run and gun like Call of Duty where you can just like take 100 shots and you'll survive, and you can just you can mow everybody down. Like, no, like 2 or 3 shots can kill you.
Okay.
And it takes a while to heal. Like, you can't just like crouch down, hide behind a piece of wood for 4 seconds and you're fine again. No, it's like 20, 30 seconds you have to sit there and hide. And
kind of like the old Call of Duty.
Yeah, like you play Call of Duty on the hardened mode and anything like that, a little more like that. But this was on normal. I was going through it, and yeah.
Oh wow!
And I was struggling against at the beginning. I was struggling quite a bit with the humans, but the mechanics of the game are clunky. I can see where people had a problem. A lot of people, when I read reviews and talked to people about it, that was their main issue with it. But I think it's more. It seems clunky, but I think it's more that it was built that way on purpose, because in this game, like the bullets and ammo, it's the currency in the game, where they have like the military grade before the war is the currency. It's the money you use to buy new weapons or buy new bullets, and then they have these bullets will kill enemies in 2 or 3 shots. These things are ultra powerful and they're super accurate. But the problem is, like, most of the ammo you use is just this crappy stuff that was built, recently. In the sewers, they don't have the equipment to build, so they're not very accurate. So you can point right at a guy 2 feet away from you.
So you have to be like right up on him, point blank range to get the kill.
Like 10 feet away.
Oh wow.
Fuck that! I normally play sniper, so I was like, that irritates the hell out of me.
Sniper, I don't know if it would be
so
much
you gotta
better.
you gotta be like really meticulous or something with your approach. Then you have to just try to lay in wait and stuff, just in order to look for that right moment and stuff, and then just take out the dude. That's
yeah. It's got some.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but it does have some like sneaking aspects to it, but it's not very good. Like you can't.
It's not as good as Fallout sneaking, where you can snake right up in their face and pull the trigger.
No, it's like it's kind of annoying. Sometimes I feel like I don't know how they saw me. Like I'll be hiding, like behind like a 6 foot tall piece of, or like I'll be hiding behind the other side of the wall or something, and they see me and they start shooting at me. I'm like, how did you guys see me?
Oh yeah, it's like they have a fucking motion tracker.
Yeah,
it's like, I see you.
Yeah, that's what it felt like sometimes.
Boom.
I don't know if that was for sure the case, but it felt like there's no way that guy could saw me. So it is kind of cool. Like you have throwing knives and stuff you can throw, and it usually kills him in one hit. If you hit him in the right, hit him in the chest or the head. But if you hit him in the leg,
so the knife is better than the gun.
For sneaking parts, yes. But as soon as they find you, just go back to the guns. Like I find that the shotgun and like the Magnum are the best two weapons in the game. The assault rifle is, it's pretty good especially if you're a little bit of a distance. But you're just gonna waste a lot of ammo trying to shoot the guys, because you can have the crosshairs right on the guy. Doesn't mean you're gonna hit him. But
yeah, that is.
That's pretty bad.
It's not. I think people complain about that a lot, but I don't think that was on just bad game design. I think that was on purpose for it. I know I can see how people have a problem with that when I'm talking about it.
The old weapons basically haven't been kept up to specs, and it shows the sign in the game.
Yeah.
Like you could tell this weapon hasn't been managed properly.
Yeah. I know there is I know there's like you can get better weapons and stuff like that. And there's shops you can go to. I didn't really do much of that. Most of the weapons I used were ones I found. And then you have actually what was really cool. I found some like later on in the game. I found like a silent pistol. And when I got that was like midway through the game. Sneaking got a lot easier. I just popped in the head and then just keep going. But when you just have throwing knives, you can only carry 5, and you gotta be. And the guy's walking, you gotta be deadly accurate at things. If you miss or if you hit him, in the leg, he's gonna He's gonna say something. Then everybody's.
So are there any? So is there like any type of say stealth takedowns or something like that, or is it just like a plain old melee type of attack?
You just hit him in the back of the head and pray for the best.
Mainly just like you can sneak up and do melee attacks on them and stuff. Or you have another knife you get like you would in a normal first-person shooter game. That if you have it equipped, I believe you can do melee kills if you sneak up on the guy. But I only had a couple chances to do that because I'm not very good at sneaking in games. So unless it's Metal Gear Solid, I'm not very good at sneaking. I think that's the only really.
You have to have that box.
Yeah, I don't have the box. I wish I had the box. No, I think that's the only really thing I could complain about is they really want you to sneak around that game, and there's just all you can do is crouch. That's really.
Why is there a cardboard box in the forest?
Well, there's no forest in Metro. It's just a giant wasteland. No, I will say though the parts when you had to go up onto the surface was meh. I thought I didn't like the fact you have to have a gas mask on, and you have to constantly change your air filters. You have to keep track of how much air you have. It wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of annoying. And like in a thing, if you get hit too many times, the gas mask breaks. You gotta hurry and find a new one. Little things like that. There's more.
You talking about that game makes me want to go back and play Fallout 3.
It is. I will say that when I was playing in the parts in the tunnels, in Metro, that reminded me of the atmosphere of that game. Reminded me of Fallout 3.
Yeah, usually a red flag for me is if I'm playing a different game or something and it really reminds me of wanting to play a specific game, then I think that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well, I didn't say it made me want to play.
You want to be in that immersive.
It didn't make me want to play the game. But if I had to describe it, it's kind of like Fallout 3 on rails. You have some side things you can do, but it's not a big open world. There's only so many few. There's like a few. Oh, there's a room over here I can go check out, kind of thing. You can find some stuff. That's really there's some side quests, like little side quest things you do, but there's nothing. You can't go off. And it's not a 200-hour long game.
Is it kind of like BioShock, like in that aspect, where it's like it feels open world, but really isn't?
That's actually a great point. It's kind of like that. There's like little rooms you can go in. You can find other events going on. But it's on rails mainly for the most part. You can't branch off and do whatever you want. Overall, I would say if you're interested in playing Metro Last Light, or if you like Fallout 3 at all, I would say check it out if you can find. I had troubles finding it. I ended up buying it on Xbox Live on demand, so I just had to download it because I could not. Amazon had it for it was like $40 on Amazon. It was like $30 at Best Buy, but you had to go to the store and pick it up, and it was used.
And $15 on Steam.
There's no charge of $50 for that thing?
Yeah,
that's just crazy, because a while ago, I think the developers of like Metro 2033 or something actually had like a
THQ.
Yeah,
THQ went out of business.
They actually offered the game for free on Steam, and so I've had that. I haven't had a chance to try it though, but it sounds like I should just at least give it a try.
I would say try it out. I think I will admit the parts in the tunnel.
If you have it for free, you can't go wrong
playing it.
What's
the worst thing that could happen there?
And there's parts in the tunnels where it's actually legitimately like kind of creepy. I thought, especially because it's really dark in most places. So all you have is your flashlight, and but a lot of times you want to have your flashlight off because that will attract the dark ones, and and people, of course, so when you're trying to be sneaky.
That kind of makes you feel like playing Alan Wake now. It's like the darkness is pretty creepy, and it attracts the Taken.
Why are they called the Taken again?
I'm sorry,
Knuckles?
I'm sorry. That was a joke from the podcast we did that didn't get released because someone didn't record.
I wasn't gonna throw him under the bus.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wasn't gonna actually say who.
Oh, well, I threw myself under the bus.
But
no, it's some other guy who fired him.
Yeah, we had to fire his ass and replace him with Jack. He can edit your part out.
Yeah,
no
that
worries.
guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, we not only did we fire
that
him,
asshole.
But, we pulled his pants down. We spanked it with moon rocks. Hey.
You use moon rocks? Wow.
Yeah, that part wasn't known to me. What he did afterwards, I had no idea.
There. It was
No, it
very
wasn't. Yeah. Shh. Well, does that wrap up your Metro
Yeah,
talk?
pretty much.
Jack,
Well,
what
I've
have
been
you
playing
been
a couple
playing?
things. This week I got a chance to purchase Animal Crossing New Leaf and stuff, and I've spent actually quite a bit of time with it. I have had it only for a couple days, and I think I've just spent like about at least 6 or 7 hours playing it, because the game is really addicting to a point where, it's like a few hours just drain by like minutes, because the game is so kind of relaxing. It's probably one of the most relaxing games I've played this year, Once you're like playing all these fighting games, all these like first-person shooters and stuff, you go to a game where it's just, let's just go on the seashore, let's collect seashells, or, hey, let's go ahead and catch some fish.
That doesn't seem fun.
I know. I went over to like with that premise and stuff, like, okay, how can this be fun? But like at least a few hours inside the game, it's like, hey, you know what? It's just one of those relaxing games where I'm just gonna be playing like 15, maybe 20 minutes or so, maybe a day at most, while I'm playing something else, and hey, I was just totally okay with that. I mean, at least with this type of Animal Crossing game, you can actually, you're not just a resident, you can be the mayor inside your own town, meaning you can dictate like whether or not, what type of flag your town can have, or what type of theme it has. You can even like decorate and just just do all this little interior decorating and stuff with your houses.
I don't know. That sounds like a less fun Fable 3.
It's Fable 3 without the linear crap.
Or probably maybe a little bit better than that.
Oh, without the actual interesting story.
Did you call it? That story was interesting.
Well, that's the thing. The thing that's most interesting about this Animal Crossing game and stuff, it's just basically what you put into it. So, for example, if say you're looking for a game that has like a lot of action or like a lot of like you're looking for story elements and stuff. This game doesn't have it. It's more or less of a purpose of, okay, you want to decorate your town, you want to have all sorts of various other, like, say you want to visit other people's towns and do something like that. Hey, you can do that. Or you want to earn like specific type of like Nintendo like related items or something.
Kind of like SimCity mixed with
like
Viva Pinata.
I mean, there was this cool thing that I discovered last night where if it implements the 3DS's like play coins, feature where they use like the walking type of speedometer or something like that, where you take a few steps. Yeah, the pedometer. Sorry, for like every couple steps or something like that. There's specific steps where you earn these play coins, and you can spend 2 play coins to get something called like a fortune cookie. And once you get the fortune cookie, you can actually trade it into the shop dude that's would actually give you like a random Nintendo-like item. Like, for example, when I traded mine in, I got this mask from like The Legend of Zelda. It was from Skyward Sword, the Fee mask, And so basically what it was is just the character's like likeness and stuff, just like entire kind of a helmet thing. So I'm just like wearing this. It was like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. It's like I got this random chick or something that I'm wearing on my head.
Oh, wow. What was that, what was the serial killer that, skinned other people? And wore their skin?
Again? Wisconsin?
I'm not sure. I just know there was a serial killer that wore other people's skin over his.
I can't.
I don't know. Oh well.
Oh my gosh!
I went to a dark place.
Put the lotion under the skin, or gets the hose again.
Actually, that would probably make this game even more interesting, to tell you the honest truth. Because besides that, there really isn't much else you can do. I mean, you can expand your house. Well, actually, that would also make the game pretty interesting too, if there was actually relationships that you can build upon that. But yeah, it's called Fable.
No, Fable 2, not 3.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Oh, aren't they making an HD remake of 1?
I think they did.
Yes.
Didn't they say something like that at
they unveiled
E3?
that they were making like an like an HD remake. I think it was for the Xbox 360. I'm thinking.
Where's my HD remake for
That's
Coke
pretty cool.
Want that?
Ugh. Another KOTOR. You can get that on Steam for $3.
Yeah.
Okay then.
I want to play.
So why do you need another copy of it?
My 360.
You have achievements on Steam.
I want my 360.
Call your Steam account your 360.
So that's basically
there.
My gameplay thing for Animal Crossing New Leaf and stuff like that. But I wanted to get into like the next game that I got a chance to try out here was Tekken Revolution. This game released yesterday. Yeah, it released yesterday on the PlayStation Network. It's free of charge. It's a free-to-play fighting game. Now you try to grasp around that concept where you are handed like a
free-to-play fighting game.
Yeah, you can actually buy characters if you want, but here's the thing. You are offered
microtransactions.
Like, say 5 to 7 characters, ranging from like a cookie cutter type of characters, let's say like Kazuya and like Lars and stuff and like that. But what really struck me as kind of strange and stuff, in order to convince people to buy their like more into that stuff, they have these specific type of tokens where you are rewarded with like a token for say to play the arcade mode, or a token to like try to play like people's
Oh, so it does have microtransactions. Like you could play for a while to unlock it, but if you want to play it now, you can buy tokens for arcade mode.
Because I downloaded and played it on day one, I'm like was rewarded with like all these different little tokens and stuff like that. So what I basically did, I ended up going to the arcade mode. I didn't lose once. Like, even towards the final boss and stuff like that, it seemed like the AI was just really, really really easy and stuff with it. I mean, I would assume it's because, hey, it's a free-to-play game, and if, say...
See, they could have went the Street Fighter route in that case, where every character's cheap, Like, you go to punch someone, and then you get fucking 360 power bombed by Zangief. And it's like, how the hell did you counter a punch into that combo?
Well,
yeah, and I was like, that's why it turned me off about the Street Fighter games. It was like, just everything can be countered so easily. When you're fighting AI, it's not even really fair. Of course, I also suck at fighting games. So.
With that certain thing, I mean, one of the worst parts about this Tekken Revolution and stuff, if you are rewarded, if you have like a token, right, and you go through the arcade mode and you lose that token, I mean, you can't play the arcade mode anymore unless you wait a half an hour for the damn thing to replenish.
Oh, so it's that type of...
Yeah, and it's the same thing that applies to the multiplayer, too, the online multiplayer. I played...
Wait, you have to have tokens to play multiplayer?
You're rewarded with only one token. One token to play a player match, one token to play like a ranked match. So if you don't win either one, you can't play unless another half an hour passes. Unless you spend the money to get like some more tokens. I haven't checked.
How much are the tokens?
I haven't checked what they were or something like that, but I'm assuming one token's like $1 or something like that. I'm assuming it. I'm not too sure if it is.
Pack of 20 for $15 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Apparently the game rewards you like with each day that you play it and stuff like that, but it's like little stuff, like say like pieces of clothing or like pieces of like specific types of moves.
Oh, it gives you stuff that allows you to customize your character without actually being able to use your character.
It really bummed me out because while I was playing the arcade mode and stuff, it really made me want to just go back and play a game I used to play a lot on the Xbox 360, Tekken 6. I mean, with Tekken 6...
Yeah, I think Tekken 6 is like $10 on the PlayStation. Yeah, because it's relatively cheap. You can go back and play Tekken 6 for hardly anything.
Yes,
and have everything
it's really cheap just to go and just find the Vita version of Tekken 6, or even just go out and just the brick and mortar store just to buy a regular copy of it and stuff. I mean, you'll get a lot more out of just playing a game like Tekken 6, where you just barely spend like 10 or $20 or something for it new, as opposed to playing this free-to-play game, which barely just supports the basic type of essentials. It's a basic money grub type of thing from Namco Bandai in order to trick consumers into just paying for something that they don't really need to pay for.
Capitalism.
Yeah, capitalism at its finest, folks. Welcome to America. Yeah. But what I don't like, actually lost interest in Tekken back in Tekken 6. That, what was it, story mode that they had with Lars, or I think Lars was the default character that you could switch.
Yeah.
But
Tekken 6, as I remember, really focused on the story mode with Lars and stuff. But
I know if you got like further enough into the game, you could switch from Lars to like Jin or somebody. But what was it? The funnest Tekken game I played was Tekken Tag Tournament on the old PS2, and they had just basically arcade mode and versus mode. That dun 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 dun. Okay, well, no, yeah. I want to go into, while he's gone, talking about the Pokemon MMO that I've been playing, and if you remember, oh, you son of a bitch. Why don't you keep your ass around?
Listen, let me get my pillow and blanket so I can take a nap. Wake me up when you're done.
Well, for those who remember playing Pokemon Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance,
I'm vaguely interested.
Pokemon MMO is a fan-made game that takes the concept of that game and then puts it into an MMO format. So you just, instead of playing as Red or Green or whoever, you create your own character, start off, get your first Pokemon from Oak like you would in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and you just go through Kanto collecting badges and Pokemon and battle real trainers. But one of the best parts about that game is that the NPCs are just like disabled. Like you can't fight the NPCs. You run past them, they won't auto fight you. So you have to, in order to fight the bug catchers and cool trainers or whatever the fuck they're called, you have to talk to them to instigate that fight, which I felt was a lack of creativeness towards the original game. But I can understand with the old games that you have to have a challenge to get to the next city. But with this game you can say you go into Viridian Forest, you can go through the thing, heal yourself in Pewter City, then go back through the forest and fight the trainers. So even if you faint, you don't have to go back through the forest. You can just train in Pewter City and fight Brock afterwards. But it also, the creators of the game put Pokemon from Gen 5 up to Gen 5 in the game, so you could run into like what is it? I'm trying to name a Pokemon. Say, what is it? Yeah, who's that Pokemon? It's Crobat. You can have, yeah, it's Kirby. Wow. Wrong game. Yeah, it looks like an evil fat Jigglypuff. But you just catch like Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 5, and you can create your own character, dress up your character however you want. And unlike the other Pokemon games, it takes away from like Gen 4, I think, which is Soul Silver and Heart Gold. You can actually have a Pokemon follow you, which is kind of like the old Pokemon Yellow. Yeah, Pikachu, but instead of Pikachu, you can have any Pokemon you want, like Ampharos, which is the evolved form of Mareep. But
Pikachu.
Are you back, Jack?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that. The Tekken Revolution game gave me such a freaking stomach ache that I had to vent out my frustration in the bathroom. Anyway.
Just to pause for everyone, it's like we actually went to the bathroom before we started the podcast, so that must have been really bad shit.
Is this the bad time of the minute?
No,
God
go
damn,
ahead,
how much do you drink?
I've had 3 things of water.
Holy crap!
Okay, everyone, just hit the pause button in your Audacity. We'll take a potty break. 3, 2.
No.
Wait, what?
Wait, well, don't pause.
Don't pause. We can pause the audio.
Don't pause. Just let it go. Just let it go. I don't want to mess with it. Okay, you guys keep talking.
Oh, I'm not gonna. We can actually just stop recording right now, and we can come back. And...
Well, don't stop recording.
I'm not gonna stop recording. Keep it recording, and then you can cut out all this blank shit.
Okay.
No, I want you guys listening to.
Okay, take your headset to the bathroom.
Oh no.
This had.
And remember to flush.
I can turn my camera on too if you want.
No, this isn't a video podcast.
Okay.
I don't want somebody to walk in and just see me watching somebody taking a pee.
Oh, no, Mom, I swear, this isn't what it looks like.
I met him on the internet. He's cool. Alright, I'm gonna go pee now.
Go piss, so we can continue.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'll just talk with Knuckles a little bit about, what was it, like the Pokemon MMO he was talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about the Pokemon MMO.
So apparently you can just choose your own type of Pokemon and stuff like that, and just,
Oh, no, you start off with Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander,
okay.
But the creators actually put in a cool thing where if you go to the Game Corner, I think, the Rocket Game Corner in Celadon, you get like 1,500 points, you can buy another starter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So,
and, yeah, go ahead.
So by, like, battling other trainers and just earning the specific things, you can actually go forth and just buy another type of Pokemon, or?
Oh, no, it's, you actually play the slot games, and they capped it out where you couldn't buy, like, you can't buy, like, more than 1,000, coins at a time, so you actually have to earn them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and, I think the starter Pokemon are, like, 100 or 1,500 coins.
Okay.
So you just, but they have other Pokemon like the Eevee, Porygon, and Scyther, and all that other shit.
Okay, so Like, say, how is the gameplay wise? Is it just reminiscent of the old games?
It's just you just play Fire Red and create your own character.
Oh, cool.
You,
That sounds really appealing, actually.
Yeah, if you download it, like I said, I'll play. I'll start a new character with you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely something I could do a little bit later.
Yeah.
So where'd you get that game from?
I downloaded it from pokemmo.uk, I think. Just .com, and you can get to it. It'll redirect to the right side.
Yeah, you can do that. You can go to Google, just type in PokeMMO, and that's basically you'll find it from there.
Pokemmo.eu. Okay, remember to cut this from whenever you went to piss.
No, it's staying in.
Oh man, for real? Don't make me edit the podcast.
I'll take it out. No, I'll take it out.
Yeah, what a way to offend the listeners and stuff by talking about random piss jokes, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's staying in if that's the case.
No, it's just me going on more about Pokemon MMO, trying to get him into it.
Okay, we'll edit that out.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there was one other game I wanted to get into before, like I had that little excursion and stuff. There's this, there was this game I downloaded like at least about a couple weeks ago called Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. It's actually a PlayStation 2 game that the Sony released on the PSN not too long ago. The game itself is really reminiscent of like the old like arcade type of wrestling games.
This is like the stand, like the arcade machine, like WrestleMania type thing, where you're in the ring, you wrestle.
Side view?
Yeah, side view, and then wrestle, and then win the match, progress on to the next.
Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, the game itself kind of has that look and aesthetic, like, feel of like an old arcade game where the thing kind of looks like it's like cel-shaded. A lot of the wrestlers look really fine and detailed. I mean, this is like
kind of like the old. Oh wait, you did say cel-shaded and fine and detailed. Huh.
What's really cool about this game in general is there's a lot of characters inside this wrestling game that are like facsimiles from real wrestlers in real life. Like there's this one dude called the Spike, where it's basically he
the Spike. Bend over, I want to show you my Spike.
Well, basically, the Spike is just a facsimile, just copy of Sting from WCW and stuff like that.
Oh.
So you have his black and white face paint. He doesn't have his little scorpions or anything like that. But the cool part about it is you can go into an edit mode where you can edit the characters and stuff to, you know, like the facsimiles of who they are. Like, say, well, there's a copy of, like, Sabu inside there from the old WCW. There's Andre the Giant. There's Sting. I think there's even a Yusin Liger inside there, as obscure as that sounds. It's just really crazy. Like all these foreign wrestlers, as well as a lot of the American wrestlers from back in the 90s and some of the 80s and stuff, are inside this game, just renamed differently. Yeah.
Question. Is there a Disco Inferno knockoff?
I don't think so.
I have no interest in this game now.
Okay. Here's the interesting part about this gameplay. The gameplay portion of it, you don't like press a button or something to grapple. No, you have to literally just move the character like to your opponent, stuff like that. It just grapples automatically, and you have to time your button presses just right so you can just perform like light or medium or like signature moves and stuff like that. So depending upon the settings you have it, like say if you have the match set on 100%, you're looking at a match that could last anywhere between like about 10, maybe 15 minutes if you like really know what you're doing, if you really put the beat down on your opponent.
Wow.
But in a way, it's really cool because it just gets really technical. Like say you want to get your opponent inside like a snapmare, then press a certain button. You want to get them into a different like type of submission hold, like a triangle choke or whatever. Like you feel like. You know, just basically whatever you feel like. It's just really that type of arcade type of gameplay that some of the wrestling games today kind of lack. It just doesn't take itself too seriously. But I've basically had a lot of fun just going to the different type of gimmick modes. Like there's an actual barbed wire like type of match where where the ropes are just basically barbed wire and stuff like that. And there's
the old ECW barbed wire matches?
Yes, those type of matches where the ropes are all barbed wire and stuff. There's actually pyrotechnic things by the ring and stuff like that, so if you Irish whip some dude into the ropes, then you see the freaking, like, pyrotechnics thing explode, and you see him, he's all bloodied and everything. It's like, it's crazy. There was a portion of a match that I had last night where I basically was just wrestling this guy, and all of a sudden this huge explosion goes on, and both of my wrestlers, and even the referee is just, like, knocked out. It was just really crazy. It's like, what the hell? Why am I bloody all of a sudden? It's like, ugh.
Wow. I don't know if that's retarded or intense or both.
I think it's both.
Tense? Retensed? I'm trying to come
But I think what I love most about the game is there's a lot of depth. You can edit your own wrestlers. You can just go forth and create your own events. Have different types of matches, ranging from cage matches, barbed wire matches, like purely like gruesome type of hardcore matches. It's really cool. It's something that a hardcore wrestling fan should at least give it a try. I mean, it's only $10 on the PlayStation Network at the moment, so you can't really go wrong. My advice, though, if you do pick it up and stuff, just start out like on the lower difficulties, because the standard like level 4 it's just kind of too overwhelming at the time.
Is it kind of like the TNA game that came out like about 4 years ago?
I don't know. I've never played that TNA game.
For that game, you basically just create your character and try to get into the profession. I don't remember the whole story, but you go through.
No, you were a popular wrestler that got beat up and kicked out of TNA, so you come back as Suicide, and he's like he's wearing a mask, and like you gotta basically start from the
you have to wait. You have to work your way like through Mexico's luchador, and then you have to.
It was very bad.
You just create your character, and then you just get like you say, you get tossed out of TNA. Then you work your way back up through TNA and to TNA, and working your lines. It's like Kevin Nash is there, and then just ridiculous. You have to win like the X Division Championship, then go on to the TNA World Championship, whichever it's called. I think it was the NWA at the time.
Yeah.
But oh man, that game was terrible. Like you create your character, but there's hardly any moves you can actually use. Like, your main move was probably an Irish whip and a bulldog.
Are you serious? That's it?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like Irish whip, bulldog, and then whatever finisher you use, which mine was the Christian's finisher. I forgot what it's called.
Is Frog Splash or something like that?
No, it wasn't his Frog Splash. It was the
Impaler?
The Unprettier, I think is what it was.
Yeah, the Unprettier.
Yeah, but God, that game was terrible. I remember there was an achievement in that game for losing 5 multiplayer online matches.
Now, who the heck decides that you have to give an achievement for losing 5 matches in a row?
Oh, yeah, there was an achievement for losing 5 matches in a row, and then there was an achievement for becoming the #1 wrestler in TNA Online.
Oh my god, that is just terrible. I mean, I would probably suspect that there probably was not a lot of people that played that game, so it's online at least.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I think I got beat by a TNA star.
Really?
That was actually playing that game like as a promotion or some shit. And it was like, sorry about that, man. I've been playing this game a lot, and I was like, alright, whatever.
Sorry,
who was
dude,
it actually?
game?
Do you know who it was?
I don't remember, dude. It was like from 2008, I think that game came out.
Probably Shark Boy.
Probably Shark Boy.
Probably. God, it was some retarded X Division star. I know that.
Probably either maybe Alex Shelley or Chris Sabin. Who knows?
No, I think it might have been someone closer to Shark Boy.
Those are good though, but Shark Boy, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been someone closer to Shark Boy.
Give me a shell, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I get it.
Let's get away from crappy TNA to some decent topic.
Yeah, let's talk about. We actually have topics this time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just get into this then.
Yeah.
Ooh, can I pick the first one? I want to pick the first one.
You're the host? I'm the host. Does that sound familiar?
No. We've never podcast before.
Alright. So why are you the editor? Oh, well, let's get into our first topic. It's like games to play while drinking. Honestly, the answer to that, any game. Any game's better while you're drinking.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah. Just...
Think of that.
You know
what's good?
Oh, sorry.
I had a game of mine. A good game to play while drinking. Beer pong. Great game to play while drinking.
Yeah.
Another one.
Definitely.
Flippy Cup. Great game. Quarters. Another great game to play while.
I'm actually talking about video games to play while drinking, not drinking games.
You just put games. I just wrote down drinking games. But
Yeah,
I actually do have one video game. It's a pretty obvious one. Call of Duty.
Yeah, you had to play that game while drinking because Black Ops 2 is fucking terrible.
Well, no, like I used to play like Black Ops a lot with my friends, and we'd actually made like drinking games with it. Like every time you die, you take a drink.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that was my drinking game for the original Black Ops.
Yeah.
Every time you died, you take a drink, and then every time you got headshotted, you take a shot. If you got knifed, you take a shot, or if you get teabagged, you finish your beer.
We had it. Yeah, every time you die, you take a drink, and every time whoever finished in last place had to finish their beer.
Yeah,
there were some other rules we had, but I can't. It's been so long since we've done that game. I can't remember. I just remember those were the two main ones we had.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You know what's kind of I think kind of an interesting game to play probably when you're drinking or something like that. Probably Mirror's Edge, because of like all the sorts of random hilarity that could ensue from that. Like say you're playing as Faith and stuff, you just try to jump from building to buildings while you're just tanked on something like that. Oh my god! No! 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden you just go across a beam or something, you have this bad vertigo. It's like, oh gee.
Oh yeah, that game is hard. That game is tough sometimes when you're sober. Imagine, oh god, I about threw up just thinking about that.
Or better yet, like if you're playing, say, a fighting game or something like that, like so you're playing Street Fighter Online while you're drunk, and all of a sudden you become this drunken master.
You master the drunken stuff. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I remember I think I was playing Tekken 6 one time, wasted.
Yeah.
I was playing as Eddie.
Okay.
And I just laid down and just started fucking tearing this guy up and just laughing into the mic. And like the guy was getting really mad. Like after I beat him with a perfect.
Oh my god.
After I beat him with a perfect, he sent me like this rage message. I think I was like laying down and juggling up in the air with my feet. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, it's official. We know that Knuckles here is the drunken master with Eddie Gordo.
And I think I replied with a voice message, just a burp.
That's a good message. Good
That is
response.
awesome.
I don't know, but probably my favorite game to drink to is probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Decade Duels.
Oh, really?
For the Xbox Live and PSN. Yeah, I enjoy that game.
I enjoy playing you in that game.
Oh, come on, I was whooping your ass in so many different ways.
Your deck is cheap. He beat me like 5 times and he didn't even attack me once.
How is that possible?
He just plays cards that every turn take away like 500 damage.
My deck was I had mixed it with a burn and stall.
I see.
Like sometimes, I was like, I put a monster that maybe like burns off a little bit of his life points, and that can't be destroyed in battle. While he has another fire monster, while I have another fire monster on the field.
Oh, I see. So basically, it's like
I had 2 of those cards, which burned away like 1,000. And then he had 2 monsters. I sacrificed his 2 monsters and removed them from play. And placed the lava golem there in defense mode, and then activated not Nightmare Steel Cage, but the trap card that allows you, that you can't attack or change the battle position.
Oh, I think that's it's either Gravity
So
Bind or
cheap.
something else. Oh my god.
No, it was like it
Knuckles
was
is cheap.
something. No, it was something that just during my standby phase, he loses 500 life points, and then he like attacked me. Somehow he managed to destroy that trap card, and he attacked me with Lava Golem. I think I finished it off with not Mirror Force, but Magic Cylinder, which made him attack himself.
Negates the attack or reflects the attack back at your opponent's life points. Oh.
Yeah, every time I had a strategy to I finally get a strategy going, and I'd like destroy his cards, and then he always had another card just in case it destroyed those cards, and
Exactly.
It's called resources.
It's BS is what it is. Yes, I was so
It was
angry. I wanted to yell at you the entire time.
I also have what was it? Not Magic Cylinder, Morphing Jar.
Oh my god, the Morphing Jar.
Morphing Jar with some card that allows you to all cards to be removed from play instead of the graveyard.
Oh, so
Morphing Jar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had Morphing Jar take like 3 cards. Like he has 5 monsters on the field. Those monsters go into his deck. He draw like magic charge, magic, trap. All those cards be removed from play, and then he get like a strong monster, and then that be removed from play because he couldn't summon it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd like have like 2 or 3 cards that are actually on the field from his 5.
Oh.
And and I didn't care at the time, like, cause I didn't care if my magic and trap cards went away, cause I had the cards I needed on the field. And there was one monster that went into my grave, went to my remove from play, that sent 5 more cards off the top of your deck to remove from play.
I think I beat you once because of that. Actually, you kind of screwed.
Yeah, I think he had like 1 card, and I had like 0. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, it was really close.
He decked himself out.
Yeah, basically that strategy backfired on him.
Yeah, it's because he like blocked off 1 attack or something that I needed to win. And
I'm editing this
I challenge you
part
to a
out, by the
duel.
way, because I don't want people to know you beat me in something.
Oh, I also beat him in Call of Duty. I beat him in Yu-Gi-Oh. What else do we play?
We played poker, but I think that was pretty even.
Yeah, that was pretty even.
And also a fun fact, he was drunk each time, so he's a drunken master in Call of Duty and Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think I was drunk during Call of Duty, actually.
Yeah, I usually play Black Ops 2 sober, or slightly buzzed.
I'm usually drunk and hungover the next morning when I play that game, so...
Yeah, I don't get hungover, dude. That is also a talent I have. I can drink an entire bottle of fucking vodka.
You're still young, Knuckles. You're still young. Just wait till you get to our
I'm
age.
like 2 years younger than you.
And?
I finished a liter and a half of vodka, and
Oh, I missed those days.
I got fucking like 2 seconds. It was down. I downed it. Got super fucking wasted. No hangover the next morning.
Oh, I miss those days. Sometimes I look at beer and I get a hangover. So.
How is that possible?
It's just like your body just goes just knows what it is, and it just reminds you. Just that way you don't drink it.
All right, let's go from hangovers to E3.
Yay!
That's a smooth segue right there.
Hell, or even freaking Ubisofts, you know. Oh, I think the Ubisoft one makes you want to drink after you watch that.
Except for Tom Clancy's Division. That was pretty awesome.
I don't know, a lot of people did hate E3s, or not E3s, but fucking EA's event. Man, because I think people hate EA.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Some people have just all sorts of this, unbridled, hatred towards EA because it's the big company and stuff. Oh, they messed up Mass Effect 3. Oh, they're not supporting Nintendo. Oh, this.
Well, I don't think they care about the Nintendo part. I think they're still mad about Mass Effect 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I played Mass Effect 3 without that stupid DLC pack. That stupid extended edition or whatever the fuck it came out. And, I enjoyed Mass Effect, and I was like, I don't get why people hated it. It was like, oh, so you're mad because the game ended?
Basically.
That's basically what the argument was.
I don't dislike the ending. I don't like the ending. I got to the ending. I kind of wish I could go back to that game, like erase my memory of that game, and just not know anything about it. Like as far as like the internet goes, about how the ending was, because for like about the week before I finished the game, that's all I heard about was how bad the Mass Effect 3 ending was. So I was expecting something really bad. And when I got there, I'm like, okay.
No, this is actually pretty okay. I don't know what people were bitching about. I'm sorry that that everyone didn't make the perfect choices throughout the 3 games they played.
Yeah. I mean, I basically I actually kind of like the ending for a certain bit and stuff like that. It just leaves a lot to like interpret and stuff like that, and didn't really need like any sort of like elaborate things or any closure on specific things.
You know what? Before you go on any further, let's say fuck the E3 topic and let's just talk about Mass Effect.
All right.
That works, right?
I had a very important announcement to make.
Okay.
So,
All right, go ahead. Make your announcement, then we'll talk about Mass Effect.
I already pre-ordered a PS4.
You did?
Yeah, I got mine. I got pre-ordered through Amazon. They got an email today saying I have one for launch.
Holy shit!
So Knuckles,
nice.
Knuckles, I want to say this to you right now. Boom.
Oh, dude, I'm getting the PS4, no problem. I'm getting Destiny and Battlefield 4.
Oh my god!
No, because I'm gonna wait so I can get my $50 off at Walmart.
I'm basically just waiting. Anyway, I've just been hearing nothing but people just on Twitter, everywhere, just saying they're pre-ordering a PS4, blah blah blah. After that conference, it was just that good.
I'm buying a PS4 just on principle of what.
I was like, I did just because, like, for me, I don't even care that you have to be always online, which was also a thing that I'm not happy about.
Yeah.
But like, just because it had to be with a Kinect, that's what killed me for Microsoft. It's like you had to have that Kinect in. But it was.
I think just the way they're going about it is they're like it's just like you guys are buying this. You should be happy we're letting you even like see this or play these games.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like the idea of like having to pay $60 to lease out my game.
Yeah, really.
And here's the point: if you can't, I mean, there's a selling part to it. What about I know this is far away, and maybe not so many people do this, but there's a lot of people out there like to go back and play their old. I have friends of mine. My buddy still has a 64. We play it every now and again still, and he has all those games for it, Super Nintendo or GameCube, PS2, whatever. In 10 years, probably 10, 12 years, those servers are going to be shut down, and you have 50, 60 games on there that you can't play anymore because you gotta be online every 24 hours.
Yeah.
Didn't you also notice how fast like Microsoft shut down the original Xbox servers?
Well, they did say with the 360 they're going to keep that going for at least till 2018.
Well, that's what they say, but they could also like just pull the same thing as they did like with what Knuckles was saying, with the original Xbox. I mean, look how fast they discontinued the original Xbox once the 360.
Like the games alone quit producing like 2 years before, or like a year after the original Xbox or the 360 came out.
Yeah,
I don't think they
and
do
then
that
they
with as much. I think because it's so casual and the market is so much bigger that I don't think if they do that, if they shut it down on you, who's gonna go? Oh, I better go buy an Xbox One then. People are like, so Microsoft just screwed me over. I'm not gonna go out.
Well, you say that, but that's exactly what they did to the people playing Halo 2 and Battlefield, or not Battlefield.
But I think
Crimson
this is.
Sky.
I'm thinking of Battlefront.
I'm not talking about gamers. I'm talking about casual people that just use it for Netflix and stuff. Who's gonna go out and like, oh, I can just go. I'll just go out and buy a PS3. I can still use that, or I'll just go out and buy the PS4. Or you can go out and you can buy a Roku box for $100.
Yeah, Roku for
really.
$50.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I think if they did that, they're just. I mean, I think with gamers, they're already kind of in a bad spot.
They've already lost the game. They lost the hardcore gamer market.
I don't think they've lost
already.
It. I think they've hurt themselves.
Well,
I think the hardcore gamers, but you're talking about the frat boy gamers that play Madden and Call of Duty. I think they'll still have them no problem.
And for the original Xbox, that's all the games that came out though were for the original Xbox was the Madden, the NBA, and then I think an off-brand Call of Duty game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've really damaged themselves. I'm not gonna say they're as bad as Nintendo is right now, but I think right now they need to definitely proved themselves.
Well, see, Nintendo still has that niche market that has the Mario and Legend of Zelda games.
Well, yes, but here's something that's also kind of a little bit interesting and stuff like that. I know Microsoft doesn't have that type of extensive, like, first party, say, like what Nintendo is. I think with what Microsoft's doing right now, they've actually almost pulled not exactly, but in sort of a way, what Nintendo did with the Wii U and stuff. They just basically are confusing, like, the market, like the casual market too, because gamers think that this Xbox One is not really aimed towards them because, oh, hey, it plays TV, does ESPN, it does this and does that, even regardless of this E3, their press conference and stuff like that. I mean, I've heard so much negative stuff going inside their press conference.
Well,
you know.
I don't think it was about the TV. Like, the TV thing did hurt them a little. But, like, at that conference, they said, like, majority of their games that they came out with were multi-platform except for Halo 5 or that Halo.
And Titanfall.
Halo and Forza and Titanfall.
Yeah, there were. Yep, sorry,
but
Tyler,
Titanfall is Titanfall. I guess there's rumors that it gets as a time exclusive. So it's supposed to launch next spring. So they're saying
it was like Lost Planet and BioShock.
Yeah. So either next fall or the spring of 2015, it'll be on the PS4.
Yeah, here's the thing. They tout about these third-party exclusives that they got now, like Dead Rising 3, Titanfall, and stuff. But we've learned...
Even Dead Rising was... Dead Rising originally was an exclusive that they lost in the sequel.
And so was Mass Effect, to a certain extent, because the original Mass Effect for years was on the 360 up until... just recently.
That triple bundle thing that you can get, and they released it separately.
Yeah, that was last year, I think.
I think we're on a good point here. Is basically, I think they're going Nintendo route where they're going casual, but they're realizing that what Nintendo has, before they went casual, they had 10, 15, 20 years of first party titles with a lot of lineage and a lot of fans, and Microsoft doesn't have that.
Nintendo has those handhelds that are keeping them alive.
Yeah,
currently. Like Jack said, he's been playing a lot of 3DS games.
Yeah, that's because the 3DS, when the 3DS first came out, there was almost nothing to it. But after the initial price drop of the 3DS and the
Which
games,
was everyone was furious about.
Yeah, and then you have like games like Super Mario 3D Land, and even coming into this current year, there's been boom, Fire Emblem, boom, Animal Crossing, boom.
Later on this year, Pokemon X and Y.
Pokemon X and Y. There's a lot of there's a lot of interesting games coming right now that's basically keeping Nintendo just earning a profit because of how many decent, well-coveted 3DS games that they're offering and stuff like that. That's keeping them alive, whereas, say, Microsoft right now with their Xbox 360, with their Xbox One, I mean, right now I have a feeling that the Xbox 360 is probably not going to be it's probably going to be cut off sort of like what the original Xbox did, where, okay, they're going to release the console, but they're just going to quickly just migrate to the Xbox One and stuff. And of course they have shown signs that they're probably going to do that with releasing this newest Xbox and stuff that's supposed to be cheaper, but probably aims towards, casual people,
And that's my point of why I think they're going to keep the 360 alive for a while. They're releasing a new 360 that just came out this week. I mean, there's no way they'd be cutting it off in 6 months to a year if they just released this new console. I think I wouldn't be shocked if they shut it off before 2018, but if it shut off, I would say before 2015. That would shock me.
Yeah,
I don't actually expect it to be past 2015.
They're going into this way too cocky. I just look at they're trying to get the casual audience, and they look at what the Wii did, how that blew up. But you got to look at what the Wii was. It was something new, and something that's never been seen before, and it was only $250.
It was very cheap. It was the cheapest console going in this current generation.
And it was revolutionary. I mean, it was called the Revolution initially. It was something we'd never seen before. And then what the Xbox One is doing is it's just you can do this, what your phone does. It'll do that on there now, or you can plug it into your cable box, so now you can use the guide on there. It's not doing anything new. it's just putting them all in one thing. But these things they're putting into the console aren't like these big, huge things. Like you could check your fantasy score. I'm like, I can do that in 2 seconds with the phone that's literally within arm's reach of me all day.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about something new.
I do want to tell you what my setup is right now for my 360.
Okay.
Is I have my HD capture card. I have my 360 plugged into that, and then my TV plugged into the capture card. So I could capture my TV right now if I wanted to. Like in HD, perfect, no phone. I can record it, get it on my laptop free of charge, whatever. Like, what they're trying to sell me, I already have. Yeah, granted that I do have to go through a third party, but I have that already. And I don't have the Kinect, which is a plus for me.
Yeah, I had a Kinect. It was stupid. The only nice thing about it was Xbox next episode. That was the only use.
That wasn't even perfect though.
No, but it was nice when your controller shut off on you after a few minutes. You don't want to wait 20 seconds for it to boot up. Xbox next episode. That was the only.
See, personally, I think the best innovation that Microsoft did was have that smart glass app that worked.
Now it looks kind of nifty, that smart glass dealy.
Yeah, granted it takes forever to sync to your Xbox, but I like it better than having to dig up my controller or say, Xbox, next episode.
Yeah.
Or Xbox, play Supernatural, Season 3, Episode 2. I can just tab A, or tab touch.
Well, let me just say this, though. I mean, does it seem kind of familiar to you that Microsoft coming into the next generation has sort of this, like, cocky, sort of arrogant type of feel? Kind of like how the same way Sony was when they captured things with the PS2.
But, yeah, Microsoft earned that, though, with their core audience that they got through through the 360.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Sony did with the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
I hardly played my Xbox when I had my PS2. But they're going away from what drove the people from the PS2 to the 360.
Yeah.
Which was the multiplayer, the communication, the network, or not the networking, but the Netflix alone with the old party system that they got rid of.
I agree with you. They're going into this way too cocky, but I understand from a business point, the casual market is the place to go as far if you want to make the most money. I mean, the hardcore gamer is, I guess, not really. There's still a lot of us, but we don't bring in the money like the casual market does. The casual market is 10 times bigger than the hardcore gamer market. I understand why they're doing it in a business point, and I'm sure that them doing the DRM stuff is probably why they're getting the exclusives that they are. Like, I bet that's the reason Titanfall is going to them first.
Sony, their exclusives are great. Coming out tomorrow, or right now actually. Last of Us.
That game, oh man, that exclusive right there alone, that is just...
It's made by the people who, like, revolutionized the PS3 with Uncharted.
Yeah.
It's, like, Uncharted is probably one of the top games. If you think of a PlayStation 3, you probably think of Uncharted.
You either think of, like, games like Uncharted 2, you think of Infamous, you think of, like, Gran Turismo and stuff like that. You basically just, you see all these...
And then Little Big Planet if you're for a kid.
Yeah, exactly. All these first-party stuff that are not, like, overused, that are not, like, they're actually just decent, new and stuff, as opposed to, say, what Microsoft or what Nintendo has been doing and stuff like that, where they've literally drilled a lot of these franchises almost to the ground and stuff, like with oversaturation.
I think the only oversaturated game on the PlayStation is God of War.
Yes,
yeah.
I humbly agree.
I think people are kind of sick of that game about the third one. I heard it, Ascension did not have the buzz that you normally hear about a God of War game. It just kind of came and it went. Like, there was, after...
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about it. It was just too soon because God of War 3 released in 2010, and that basically ended that whole like arc and stuff with Kratos and stuff. And you have this game God of War Judgment and stuff, which
that's Gears of War Judgment.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Same thing. Yeah, understandable.
I was probably thinking Gears of War Judgment because it was kind of like the same type of deal, you know? They released a third game.
Yeah, Gears of War 3 was great. I was like, I nearly cried in the Gears of War 3 story. But Gears of War Judgment, God, like they took one of my favorite characters and they just got slapped in the face with a giant dick, pretty much.
Yeah.
That was probably the easiest way to say it. It was like they took one of my favorite characters and they just bitch slapped him.
I think they basically went the same route with both Gears of War and God of War.
Yes.
And they did this. They ended them with the trilogy and the third one, and they're like, okay, what are we gonna do now?
We're gonna do a prequel.
They put a prequel.
That's what they did with Halo as well.
They did the exact same thing with Halo 4 and stuff. This is an end result of what a longer generation.
No, I'm not actually talking about Halo 4 though. It was like Halo 3 came out.
ODST.
That was probably fun. ODS3 was good for what it was. But there was some key flaws with that game that I don't want to go into.
I think that's a good point. Is we're kind of I understand why with the economy we're getting better at the economy, but they don't want to put out new IPs because they put out new IPs and a lot of times they flop or they barely as much money as games cost nowadays.
Yeah,
it's just too much of a risk. Like Tomb Raider's not a new IP, but look at that game sold over 3 million copies, which is great for a game. That's probably going to be one of the top sellers of this year. And the company is the people lost their jobs.
Right. Just because you know what the game developers go through to make that game game. Yeah, unbelievable hours, fucking harsh work environments, and then just get canned like that just because your game wasn't good enough. And a lot of that's probably marketing too, because I don't really see that many commercials for Tomb Raider.
So did I, as a major extent, But yeah,
I think it's just people. That's why you keep going to the well. The games, Call of Duties, the Maddens. I think we're getting to the point now where, so it used to be sports games that we got every year. Now I think it's kind of getting to the point where we're going to get a new Halo every other year, a new Gears of War.
Oh, see, Halo's already been out every year because it was Halo 3, then I think a year or so later came ODST, and then a year after that, Halo Reach, then a year after that, Combat Evolved Anniversary, and then Halo 4.
Yeah, Halo Wars.
Oh yeah, Halo Wars
Halo Reach.
Before ODST.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe 4 or 5 in an 8-year span.
Yeah, it was like then Halo 4, it was, let's see, Halo 4 came out last year, so 2012. That was a 5-year gap between Halo 3 and Halo 4, just full of bad games.
We had 5 Halo games at that time point. So.
Yeah, so the impact of stuff, I say like something like Halo 4 was just diminished and stuff because the oversaturation of the other games too,
That's kind of point, like Nintendo, that's kind of a thing I do like about Nintendo, even though Mario is basically on everything. But you look at like Metroid, we only got one Metroid Prime game, two Metroid games actually. On
the Wii, yes.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 3, and that came out in like 2008.
Right.
And then you had Metroid Other M that came out in, I think 2011.
2011.
2 and 8 in a 6-7 year span, and then you had look at Zelda. We had one at launch, and we had one in 2012. So I don't.
Go over to Sony for the Kingdom Hearts because they announced Kingdom Hearts 3, which I had an orgasm when I heard.
I'm so glad that game's coming.
But let's be realistic here, guys. At the earliest, we're going to see that game fall 2015.
Yeah, exactly. Which just knowing that's coming out.
Yeah, I know.
Just knowing that's going to come is good enough.
And then in the same day, like 6 hours earlier, Battlefront 3, baby. Knuckles, you suck. You don't like it.
What? What did I do?
You don't like the game. You don't like the game.
I didn't like the concept of the game. Multiplayer for Battlefront 2, you ran around, like, you got a high enough score, then you became a Jedi, or that one person who got that high enough score. Do what?
Battlefront 1 was much better than 2.
I don't know. I know a lot of people like it. I'm iffy about it, but I'm glad the core audience or the people who wanted it are getting their game. Like I'm getting Kingdom Hearts 3.
In 2016.
A lot of companies are oversaturating games, and then, like, personally, I think Square Enix probably done it best with their Final Fantasy games. Like, no, I'm saying done it best, not done it well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point right there. I mean, let's look at coming into the PS3 generation. Final Fantasy 13 releases at 2010 to like mixed scores, mixed reviews, and stuff like that. But then you have Final Fantasy X2, which I think released 2012.
I think it was 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2012 and stuff. And arguably, it's sort of a little bit was better and stuff, say score wise. But now you have
to play 30 hours to get to the good part.
Actually, that was the original Final Fantasy 13, tell you that was true.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why 2 was better, because you had to play 30 hours to get to the good part.
Yeah, exactly the point. And now you have, like, Lightning Returns, like Final Fantasy 13, which is supposed to be released, like, February of 2014. Now, you see, those type of gaps are pretty good, because that way you're not oversaturating things like yearly and stuff like that, but at the same time, you're working to try to improve, try to make sure the game is like different enough so you will listen to the fans.
What was the Final Fantasy game that everyone hated besides 13?
I think it was 10.
It was like,
I think it was 10-2.
10, 10-2, and 11.
11 was the online one.
The 11 was the online one, but there was the big old backlash with Final Fantasy 14. I think there was. I mean, there was like development stuff that went on that they had to scrap the entire game. They actually fired their whole development team or something like that, and they had to redo it from scratch, and they're trying to relaunch it.
Wasn't it supposed to be an MMO, and they scrapped that?
Yeah, I think 14 was supposed to be a PC MMO.
In the veins of sort of like Final Fantasy 11, you know?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an improved Final Fantasy 11.
Though, speaking of Final Fantasy, though, what about Final Fantasy 15? Like, what'd you guys think about that?
I actually missed that trailer. I didn't actually get a chance to see that.
I enjoyed the original Final Fantasy games. I played them all. I played the crap out of them on Game Boy Advance. I even played the Japanese version that was released on DS, like 2008. I have never been a big fan. I haven't played 13 yet, but I haven't been a big fan. I played 10, and I played 12 for a little bit, and I just never got into them. I think I would like to go play. I've always wanted to play Final Fantasy 13, but everybody says you got to play for 30 hours before it gets good.
I'll say I actually played. I was there on launch day. Like I went to the midnight release for 13.
Yeah.
I got to the second disc and probably let's see. There's about 13 chapters, I think. The first chapter tutorial, second chapter tutorial, third chapter tutorial. I think I got maybe midway through the second disc before I actually got into a game.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much the main problem with Final Fantasy 13. You spent the first 10 chapters basically in sort of a tutorial type of state where you have to, this is how you do this, or this is how you do that, and
you have to piss off the fucking summoning just so you can beat it.
Yeah.
Wow, it's ridiculous.
I no longer want to play this game now.
Well, you know what?
Snow was probably the best character in Final Fantasy 13, but
is it the black guy with the chick?
I like Zaz. Zach was the black guy with the chocobo in his hair. That guy was pretty cool. He's actually pretty original for a Final Fantasy character, though.
And like the whole story between him and that little chocobo was great.
It was, it was just well made and stuff like that. Storyline wise, it was probably one of the more interesting things in regards to that. Maybe
other than Snow and Lightning and whatever her fucking name is, Sarah, I think.
Yeah, Sarah and stuff like that.
That storyline wasn't that great, but
I kind of liked Fang and Vanille though. They were pretty decent, I thought. But I just could not stand. I just could not stand Hope. The beginning parts of that game.
There was one character in that game that pissed you off, and you did not want to play as him or her, and that was Hope.
Basically, the freaking emo kid. Okay, that's right. Your mom gets killed. Oh, hey, let's just go ahead and cry emo tears for the next freaking 20 hours. Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, then it's like you're hanging out with Snow, and then the Snow gets hurt. You had to fucking cover him until Lightning and whoever showed up, Zaz showed up to save your ass, and God damn, finding a boss with nothing but a healer.
I know, right?
God, that was aggravating as hell. I was like, jump off the cliff, jump off the cliff, jump off the cliff. Follow your mother, damn it.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
I was so...
and stuff like that. I did get a chance to look. Let's just go back a little bit to Final Fantasy 15 here for a second before we move on. But Final Fantasy 15, from the trailer that I saw, I mean, running onto the PS4, the game obviously looks pretty damn gorgeous because of Square's like new engine that they've made for this game. But a lot of the gameplay things, it just looks like very like third-person action type of styling and stuff. That's mixed up with some RPG elements, but it just looks like entirely brand new. It's like a modern day type of RPG. So basically, you have certain fantasy elements though, but it's just basically just a Final Fantasy set in modern day times. Pretty.
Can I talk about my Nintendo experience now?
Yes, go on ahead.
Is that good, Knuckles?
Good.
Did you want to say something important?
No, good. I was going to do another Pokemon rant, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll stop you there. So, I got to go to the Best Buy and play the demos of games that were just announced at E3 and then Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Talk. So, I don't know if you guys saw, they had a cross promotion with Best Buy. Nintendo did. 100 different Best Buys throughout, I think it was the U.S. and Canada.
Yes.
So I went to the one here in Iowa, and we got there. So it started at 4. Yeah. I went with my friend Justin. We got there at 4:15. There was already a 2-hour wait.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
wow.
We got there. So we got there at 4:15. You had to sign up, and it has your time on it. And you got a 7-minute time limit. So you had to wait 2 hours to play. So our time was like, I can't remember, like 6:07. It was the time that he signed up for, and you could pick one of 4 games you want to play. It was Wind Waker HD, the new Donkey Kong, I think it's Tropical Freeze.
Yes, Tropical Freeze.
Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario 3D Land, which is on the Wii U, which is I thought it was on the 3DS, but it's on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Confusing. But you could pick what game you wanted to play, and then you can put on the side who you want to play the game with. So he put my name down. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours and play a 7-minute demo. So I put my name down on the 6:14 one, and I put his name down, and I picked Mario Kart.
Okay.
So that way we could play it 2 times in a row. So we sat there and waited. It was just like 30 or 40 people around this 40-inch TV huddled around it. And the cool thing was, though, we all got free Luigi hats. So I got a Luigi hat, and I was looking...
Is that what you were doing on Facebook?
Yeah. I look gangster now, dude. Trill.
God.
You fish? No. But
God, 15 years.
So we got to play 3D Land, Super Mario 3D Land. I'm happy that we did the Mario Kart 8. We did the back-to-back because 3D Land, the demo we played, was one level, and it was like a 3-minute level.
3-minute level, really?
Yeah, it was. That was the entire demo. You pick one of 4 levels, and it was 2 other guys joined us, so it was 4-player.
Right.
And it's kind of, I don't know if you guys have played the Super Mario, the world ones, the side scroller ones.
Yeah.
This, it's co-op. You work together and everything like that. This one's a little different, where it's more top down. So it's it's 3D, I guess. So you can run back and forth throughout the level too, and it felt more like a race, honestly. Like I wasn't trying to survive and get through the level. I don't know, maybe the co-op people were playing with, they were just running through it, but it just felt like the entire time I was just trying to keep up. I was talking to my friend Justin about it, and we came to the same conclusion. Was it just felt like I was racing with the other people to try to keep up with them. We weren't working together. We were just all just running.
Well, yeah. I would think that too, because if it's like a time limit, they're just thinking, "Oh, I want to get through this thing as much as possible to see the next thing,"
Well, there was no time limit. You got to play one level.
Really?
So if you could play that one level for 15, 20 minutes, I'm sure. Well, probably not, but they probably kicked you off eventually. But you didn't have to run through. We could take our time through it. But these guys, it could have been our fault, could have been their fault. Maybe the game's just designed that way. But it's just we just flew right through the level. We didn't do. So I didn't really get to see much as far as really what the game can offer. Really, it's just Mario from a top-down view. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to sit there and say, based off a 3-minute demo, that this game is more of a race. It's not very good. But from what I played in it, I don't know if this is a game I can pick. I'll buy at launch. The other one I did play was Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Hold on, before you go into Mario Kart 8, I do want to mention that there is something similar to that. A game called Mari Zero, and you basically play 4-player co-op on your computer, and you basically Mario with a portal gun.
Huh. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, you just go through like Super Mario Bros. Like the first game, with the portal gun.
Nice.
You fire a portal, get to wherever you want to go, and so on and so forth. I found it really fun and kind of aggravating when you're actually playing with like a couple other people, because it's just sharing one screen.
Yeah.
And like 4 Marios, and you fire a bunch of people firing portal guns.
Yeah, that's kind of the same way it is when you play the other Marios, where like if we play with one friend, sometimes he's just like just instincts. You jump for the mushrooms or the flowers and stuff, and like he'll just grab all 4 of them. And just kind of, you're all small, and he's got the flower and everything like that.
I go ahead and continue to your Mario Kart.
Okay, well Mario Kart 8, it felt, if you played Mario Kart on the Wii, it's kind of essentially the same thing. Not a big difference. They did add like where there's some parts of the levels where you can actually go up on the sides, on like the walls, or go up on the ceiling.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, so there's parts in there like I thought it was like, there are parts where like I'm winning and there's no one behind me, and then all of a sudden there's someone coming up on the side of the wall to the right of me and just flies right past me. And they have this was introduced in the 3DS Mario Kart 7, but they have propellers, so parts you can fly off ramps and like do propellers. I found that very annoying though, because it does slow you down quite a bit. So if you can avoid those, recommend it. Then they have like some parts where you're underwater, and you have like the little jet engine thing. You just go underneath the water and stuff like that. It's not a huge difference as far as gameplay goes, but I will say it was a lot of fun. I've always grown up as a Mario Kart fan. I played the crap out of the DS version.
So did I.
I don't know how many times I probably put 200 hours into that. I love it. I've always been a huge fan of Mario Kart. This, and I'm going to brag a little bit. It was me, my buddy Justin, and 2 other people, and then there's the 4 other computers. I finished. We played 3 races. I finished second, first, and I won. Just say I'm like a living god when it comes to Mario Kart. No, humble brag. But I'll say that when this game comes out, I will purchase it, and I'm going to say after this, I'm at the point now when the price goes down on the Wii U, which I assume it will here soon. When it's $350 now, the PS4 is gonna be $400. I think it's gonna go down at least another $100.
It has to drop in price at some point, because for Christ's sakes, like you just said, man, it's like the PS4, like $400, the Wii U, $350. That's not the type of price where you want to buy a secondary system.
Yeah, especially when that's how the Wii survived. It was half the price as the other console. I think if it goes down to, it needs to go down to at least $250. I think to even survive. I prefer $200, but when it does drop, I think probably springtime or early next year. Because with buying the PS4, I can't buy 2 consoles at one point.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy the Wii U. I think at that point in the spring next year, we have a lot of games. Zombie U is a game I want to play. We're gonna have Mario Kart 8 comes out next spring. Wind Waker HD comes out in September. Rayman Origins comes out this fall. Pikmin 3 is coming out soon. There's gonna be enough games, I think, at this point for me to argue that this console is deems a purchase.
I mean, even beyond that, like say 2014. I mean, look at all the games that are slated to release in that year. I mean, you got games like Bayonetta 2, Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Brothers.
Didn't even forgot about that one. Yeah, next fall. Then Donkey Kong is coming out sometime, I think next summer is what they said.
Well, actually, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is supposed to be coming out this November, so it's like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's that soon.
Okay. The lady at Best Buy said next summer. That was running the whole thing, so that's even better.
Technically, it isn't summer yet, so...
Shut up, Knuckles. Shut up.
That's all the thing I can weigh into your Nintendo conversation.
Why'd you do that?
It's just, I don't know.
This isn't Knuckles time. This isn't sing along with the Ginger time. This is sit and listen to the Ginger talk time.
Okay, Ginger, continue to talk.
No, I'm done now.
Oh, okay. See, for those who don't know, it's going to be like this forever.
No, we'll get better, I promise.
We're still going to be bickering at each other.
You just call me fat? What do you mean big? I'm trying to lose weight. See, stop going to Taco Bell so much.
You probably avoid Taco Bell in general, even if you're not trying to lose weight.
It does.
So anyway, I guess moving on and stuff. What do you guys? What?
Since I wanted to get over the E3 topic, but apparently we couldn't stop. So let's continue on with that. Sam, what game are you most anticipated about E3?
Sam? Who's Sam?
What?
You said Sam.
Did you say Sam?
No, I didn't. Yeah. No, I didn't.
Hey, you said Sam. He said Sam.
No,
what are you looking forward to?
No, I
you
said.
Look at our shoutouts.
Okay.
What do you mean? Looking forward to games coming out this year, or looking forward to
games
E3?
The games that were announced at E3. Like, what game were you most looking forward to? Like I've already said, mine was Kingdom Hearts 3, and probably Destiny.
You can't have two. You get one.
Well,
I say games. Most anticipated games that come out of E3. That is on the topic. You can have more than one.
Oh, I didn't read the topics.
Okay.
No, it says game.
You edited it.
All right, go on, Sam.
I've already said Kingdom Hearts 3 and
No, I'm talking to Jack.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, oh man, there's a bunch of decent games I'm looking forward to most. I mean, for example, Infamous Second Son. That looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, from the gameplay trailers that I've seen of it, it just has that grungy type of Seattle type of feel where I've grown up and actually have experienced, with being in the part of the Pacific Northwest and stuff. That looks interesting. But I'm also really looking forward to playing Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and stuff because of the different types of characters they introduced and stuff, like the villager from Animal Crossing, which is totally crazy, and even Mega Man. I mean, come on, Mega Man with his powers from Mega Man 2 and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do look forward to that as well.
But also, another game which I'm kind of interested in seeing if it was going to be pretty decent is, like what Knuckles was saying, Destiny. I mean, I saw the preview of it from, that
live action trailer they had at the announcement I thought it was great. Just
I thought so too. I mean, I got this feel like a mix of, say, the decent parts, the intrigue of, say, the original Halo mixed in with, a serious tone of, say, Borderlands with the whole sorts of looting and all those various other stuff. And how seamless the multiplayer was, where you could just basically just go in, oh, hey, there's my friend and stuff like that that's just appearing out of nowhere, blah, 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 But, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what I've been looking forward to at E3.
Is it my turn now?
What about you, Gingy?
Gingy?
Yeah.
I've, like I said, Star Wars Battlefront 3 and Kingdom Hearts 3, but I mean, I don't imagine those will be out for a couple of years. Dragon Age 3 or Inquisition?
Oh my, yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition.
I'm looking for that one.
I actually avoided looking at that just because I don't want to be let down like I was when I played Dragon Age 2.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Dragon Age 2. I'm gonna start crying. But Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm looking forward to because I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah, I totally spaced that, man.
I'm worried. I don't want to play Metal Gear Solid 5 Red Dead Redemption. I didn't like Red Dead Redemption.
You didn't like Red Dead Redemption? Really?
I got bored.
I didn't
I'm not a big
either.
open world guy.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. I just, showing the part, look how open world is, and it fast forwards for 30 seconds. Just him riding horseback. I'm like, wow, that looks kind of boring. I don't know. I think it's a big change going to the open world. But I'm still worried about it. I'm still gonna buy it because it's Metal Gear, even though it's Kiefer Sutherland playing.
Playing the voice of Solid Snake and stuff instead
Thank you. No, he's Naked Snake actually.
Naked Snake. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Naked Snake, and sort of instead of like David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake for all these years.
So that's gonna be weird. But the game I'm most looking forward to, just based off the demo they showed, was Tom Clancy's The Division. Oh man, if this game is half of what it's showing it is, this could be one of my all-time favorite games. It's a third-person shooter game.
Yeah.
Where you're with a group of friends, and you just walk around this huge world. I think it's in New York, and you just go around. You do missions, kind of like in Borderlands, things like that. Nothing new there, but the entire world is filled up with actual other human players. And so you can go, like, if one of them's raiding a police station or something like that. It's like, I don't know what it is. Like the streets are all like there's cars crash everywhere. I don't know what's going on, but the demo doesn't really show anything. But you go. And
is it kind of like Defiance, that game?
No, it doesn't look like it's like apocalypse or anything crazy happened. Like the buildings are still there and intact and everything. It just looks abandoned. Like everybody just like got out of the cars and just left. I can't really tell from like it was just a 5-minute actual like playthrough of the game, and there's parts like you hear gunshots going on, and you and your friends go check it out, and you find other players raiding a police station, and you go and you guys get a gunfight with them, and then you go and take if you kill them you go and take what they were taking, things like that. I don't know if we can have games like that where it's like a big open worlds full of other human players on a console. This will be huge. I think this will be something. This is the big thing I'm looking forward to for the next generation is these big open worlds like that. Now I think this is stuff like what we're talking about. What I'm looking forward for in the Division is something that's been going on the consoles for a couple of years now. I think it's just been kind of fun because I think most of my friends are they're PC gamers. They play on their consoles, and if I could play with my close friends that game, that would be amazing. That could probably be the most fun I've ever had playing games.
Yeah, that would be freaking awesome.
If it's actually what they're showing is what we actually get, this can be the next generation, I think, of console gaming.
Oh yeah, the whole freaking next generation of stuff where you don't have to wait inside of a freaking lobby in order to get into a game, where you could just automatically just drop in and play.
That's what it showed in the game. Is like one of the guys like it had like the headsets, you can hear the friends talking, and one of the guys like, oh well, I gotta go, and he just drops out, and the game keeps going seamlessly, no issues whatsoever. And they can just jump right in, jump right out.
Yeah, but I believe in order for that, the internet in general has to be better.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's why I think the Xbox One, and going back to that, they announced that to actually use the Xbox One, you have to have at least 1.5 speed, internet, the megabytes per second or whatever, for it to actually work. And I live in Iowa. It's not, I know it's not the big state or anything like that, but I live in Des Moines, the capital, the biggest city in Iowa. Over 300,000 people live in it, and in most of the city, 1.5 is, that you're lucky to get 1.5. Like where I live right now, we get 12, and that's recently. That was a month ago. We got 12. We had 1.5 for the past 5-6 years with them. We went through another internet company before that, but we just went to these guys a few months ago. But yeah, up until a month ago, 1.5 was it, and you can't even stream Netflix on HD with that.
Are you serious? Without any type of stuttering whatsoever?
You can. You won't have any stuttering, but it won't be like if it's not in HD, it's fine. Like you get, there's like 4 bars in HD. You'll get the second bar, and that's like kind of where you're fine at. Like that's where you're maxed out at.
That's ridiculous.
That really sucks.
So if I think like 1.5 is the bare minimum. You can't really do much, but it'll work, but it won't be great. So I think what they're going for, I think the Xbox One, I think the biggest issue with it is it's maybe 5-10 years too early.
I agree. I really do agree with that because
we're not ready for the digital age yet. Sorry to interrupt you, but we're not we're not quite there for the digital age yet. I don't think. And I just there's basically they're saying if you don't live in the United States, some parts of Europe, I mean, F you. We don't care about you, kind of thing.
I know I hate.
Oh, I think they've already said F you to Europe.
Yeah.
And they definitely said F you to Asia in that area. Just because there's no announcements planned for any Xbox One
Inside even say Japan or something too.
Nope.
That's
not even in Japan.
They said late 2014 is when it's going to come out in Asia, but I can't understand that Asia. I mean, Japan, they don't make they barely have any. They don't sell barely anything there, so I'm not too surprised about that.
Yeah, just the fact that South Korea's internet's probably better than ours.
Probably.
StarCraft they're playing. Has to be.
Yeah, all the StarCraft, especially when StarCraft 2 doesn't even have LAN play in it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Man, I just think it's just kind of ridiculous, though, that Microsoft, just thinks that a lot of us can just easily can just evolve into this
just
digital
accept
stuff,
it.
just accept it for what it is, stuff like that. I just hate that type of elitist type of attitude and stuff because they basically have went on record to say, okay, if you don't have an internet thing, if you can't connect to this, buy an Xbox 360. It's like, what? I mean,
yeah. And the Xbox One, I know was going to sell like crazy when it first comes out. It's a new thing. Like every new electronic thing does, it's going to sell like hotcakes.
It's also it's going to sell well for Christmas because parents that don't know better.
Well,
the gamers know what to get, but the parents are just going to get what they think the kid's going to enjoy.
Yep.
They're still going to get that bro community that just plays Call of Duty. But I think
you know how many returns there's going to be?
Oh yeah, especially if a portion of say a city or something, they lose their electricity for a few days,
where I used to live, there was the best internet you can get was dial-up.
Oh.
And that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Ugh.
Yeah. I think this could be something.
You can't even connect to the internet.
I think if this thing was coming out 2023, I think this would be a non-issue right now. Even with the DRM stuff, I think we're slowly going to the kind of where our music is with video games, but I think we're still years away, especially when you think about iTunes and music. You're talking about buying a 99-cent song or a $10 CD. We're talking about video games are going to cost $60, $70, $80 here.
Exactly. It's not going to have that type of seamless transition like, say, music did,
Yeah. I mean, this is a big purchase, and when you buy it, you're stuck with it. I mean, I can buy a $10 CD and live with that if I don't like it. But if I buy a $60, $70, $80 game that I had to save up for a few weeks and it sucks, or it turns out to be a 3-hour game, and you're stuck, I can't sell it now. I mean, I think publishers, they need to bring it this generation. They can't have the shovelware. They can't have every movie that comes out and make a crappy video game with it. They need to, every game that comes out needs to deserve to be around. It can't just be some game that popped out in 3 months to advertise something.
Yeah.
I think I don't see how they can have the shovelware and expect to survive in this generation.
Yeah, really.
Especially when they're going to be $70, $80 like they're talking about this generation, which I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad about. If it goes up $10, I can live with that. 20's pushing.
I was actually looking. at the games. It looked like they weren't going to go up in prices because I checked from GameStop to Walmart to Amazon. Yeah. There was one game on Amazon that was $80, and the rest was the same price. I think it was Assassin's Creed 4 was the only thing that was $80, but everything else was the same 60.
Yeah, I can live with the 70. I think anything higher might be. But there's no way I can buy as many games as I buy. It'd be maybe 3 or 4 a year at most. I can buy.
Yeah, the way that Xbox One seems like they're going to do is they're going to try to go Steam, just trying to counteract that DRM shit that everyone's pissed off about. Their sales are going to be crazy.
I mean,
if that's the case, then it's a whole other discussion. But I mean, you're saying that now, that people buy that, but I mean, doesn't mean they're actually going to do it.
Right. Well, they did have that sale that they just like those crazy like spring cleaning sale that they had or something.
They do once a year though. I mean, we're talking about every day. Steam has a huge sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
in fact, I'm going to log on to Steam right now and see what their sale is.
I think you can get Witcher 1 and 2 for $10. Is their big sale today?
Oh, that's not that great.
Witcher 2 is a fun game. But I don't know. I just feel like Microsoft has not built up the kind of the level. I can't think of the word basically, but they're not up to the level as far as goodwill for their consumers as where Steam is.
That's true. They have definitely not built up the trust. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I can't trust this company to. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, but then
maybe if they give all their if they give you like here's a deal for $100 to give you all of Valve game or all of Microsoft Studio games for then until then on.
Yeah, then you have this Witcher sale, the Witcher franchise sale here for like about $6.79. Those type of deals and stuff. That's what brings people to play games on Steam and stuff because they're cheap, affordable, and they don't have to worry about always connecting on the online.
And that's why we're okay with the DRM stuff on the Steam is because.
Well, see, the thing with Steam though, you don't have to. The thing about Steam is you don't actually have to be always online on Steam.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't sell your games back. But
no,
I think that's why it's more. It's like what I was saying with iTunes. You buy a $10 CD if it's not very good. Oh, okay, it's $10.
Oh, well, just $10. Like for me, how I bought Alan Wake on Steam, it was like, you get the Alan Wake collection for $4. Get the original game and American Nightmare.
Yeah.
And you just, like I said, like on the unreleased episode, I pay $4 for American Nightmare. If I didn't like it, I paid $4 for Alan Wake, which I did enjoy.
Yeah, and if you never played those games, you didn't like, and you played a few hours, you didn't like them both. It's $4. I mean,
exactly.
You lost a trip to McDonald's. It's not gonna break. It's not gonna break the bank. I think we're at the point, guys. We're over 2 hours now. We might want to end this.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. So conclusion time.
Do shoutouts.
Shoutouts time. All right, first, really, did you really add shoutouts to our website, our coming soon site? Yeah, come to drunk-nerds.com and see our coming soon site. Yeah. We got shout out. I'll do the first one, you do the second one. And then Jack can do the third one.
Okay.
Alright. So I want to shout out.
Is there a third one?
Yeah, there's a third one.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. Oh, there's a third one?
Don't say the third.
Oh, wow.
Let me say it.
I say it now.
Let me say the third one.
Don't say it.
Right.
Third one's it.
Okay.
No, I want to shout out a guy. He's a really cool guy. I've had a lot of good discussions with him on Twitter. He's got another podcast of his own. It's Sam Wright of geektime.com. It's GEEKTI.me.com. And they have a
I think it's just geektie.me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's .com.
Yeah, I think so. Geektie.me.
Oh, is it really? Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, do you not get it? ti.me, Tom?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I got that. I just didn't realize it was .me. I thought it was .me.com.
Yeah, geektie.me.
I got the time. I just didn't realize it was .com. I thought there was a .com at the end. Okay, well, anyways, cool guy. Check out this podcast on iTunes. It's same name, Geek Time. iTunes, great guy, great podcast. One of my favorite podcasts on the internet today.
I'll give a shout out to our logo artist. If you go to drunk-nerds.com, you'll see our coming soon site with her logo on the page. Hopefully Cassie Wangren, also known as PMS Cassikins, will be making more stuff for us, and hope to have her on staff.
All right.
Pass it. Tag it. Get the tag. Get the tag. Go.
And also, we'd like to give a special thanks and shout out here to Shark Boy.
Yeah.
That magnificent bastard. Sure, you were a Stone Cold ripoff in your certain storylines. Sure, you had that vest and that weird obsession with clam juice, but deep down inside, you were one hell of a fun athlete to watch. So, thanks to you, Shark Boy, you have just lowered the standards even lower.
And if you're down with that, give me a shell, yeah.
Shell, yeah, baby. Anyway.
God, I need to give this guy Pele or something.
That's gotta be a recurring thing, man.
Yeah. Sorry. We also, most of us are wrestling enthusiasts, so
If you haven't,
you'll hear a lot of wrestling. Yeah, you can probably hear from the theme that we'll have. We're wrestling enthusiasts, so you're gonna hear a lot of those wrestling jokes. Sorry in advance.
No, I'm not going to apologize for it.
I'm certainly not.